Hey, it's a King back with another edition of Mindset Monday. Except this week I moved it to Wednesday because I want to start this week with the reflection. Because our topic is going to be our mindset on work. Um, Most of us who grew up in America, we've been preached about work our entire life. From the time we were kids, it's go to school, go to college, get a good job, work that job until you're ready to retire, and boom. It's like this whole traditional lifestyle that we were taught. But those of us who are early 90s babies, we kind of got that whole idea flipped on our head. By the time we got to college, it had more than the inflation had increased by more than 100% of what it was when our parents went to college. On top of that, after getting your degree, nobody wanted to pay you. So it was that battle of having a degree, but then every entry level position was literally poverty wages. And then after that, we had the whole social media boom, and where people became famous and started making money and creating careers off of making content and taking pictures, taking pictures of themselves, whatever it may be. So it completely changed the landscape of work and what we see it as today. Then you take into account the technological boom that we went through from dial up internet to now having internet access at pretty much any and every point of the day uh, by picking up our phones. So, with that, how do you feel about work now? Is it something that you still feel is a large part of your life? Is it something that you feel should take a priority? Is it something you're using to create another life? Is it something that's just a means to an end? Is this something that you're doing to fund and build a side idea or plans that will keep you from having to work a traditional everyday job? Um, for me, that's one of the big things. Like with me getting my podcast going, as I have always had this idea, and I always knew that I didn't want to work for anyone. But the older I get, the more that like really is set in, and it's almost daunting having to be at work, especially like dealing with bad management and things like that of that nature that I'm sure most of us have dealt with throughout our work careers. So, what how do you feel about work? Is it something that you feel like you need to have a job that makes you happy, that you're happy with? Do you just see your job as a means of for financial reasons? Is this something you're just using just to pay your bills and whatnot, and then you use as much of your free time as possible to live the life that you want? Or is it something you're using to fund an outside venture that will allow you to completely walk away from work and something that you don't like, something that's in a way that you never actually have to go back and work for someone else again or work the traditional 9 to 5 or clock in, clock out type of deal that most people are in. I chose this one this week because with the year being started, I know a lot of people start making plans, and this is kind of one of those times where we evaluate work and people will start to make big career changes or moves in life. And I'm one person who's firmly for that. Like, if your job is causing you anguish, I feel like it's necessary to find a way out of it. And then if you notice that it's a pattern with every job that you have, no matter how satisfying the work may be, if you notice that at some point you just always hit that burnout mode where you just don't like it, take that time to figure out a way to get out of that. Over the last decade or so, work has been the leading cause of increase in anxiety and depression, which I know most of my coworkers and myself deal with. So, with that being said, is it something that you feel like is that you need to escape from completely, and what ways? So take some time to think about that, because the way we view work and the way we allow work to operate in our lives, or the role we allow it to have in our lives, plays a very, very big effect on our mental, emotional, physical health. And I think it's something that we all really need to take time to look at, especially going through the amount of changes that we've gone through with COVID, from some of us working remote more often, some of us having increased responsibilities or working more than we were doing beforehand. So take some time this week to reflect, and and come up with a plan to help improve your view around work or improve your situation to where you can walk away from work. But whatever is going to be best for your health, take the time and make that a priority moving forward. So like, share, comment on this video. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back tomorrow with our midweek motives, where we ask some questions regarding our mindset around work and kind of see how that outlook is affecting us and what we can do to change and improve that. Sending you all peace, love, and light. And I hope you have a great evening and the rest of your week.